Ladies and gentlemen, we just got some good MyRise news over from WWE 2K25. Shout out to IGN for the video. I will be using clips and videos and all types of stuff from this MyRise stuff. Before we dive deeper, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We are getting mighty close to the release of WWE 2K25, where I will be giving away 2 copies, and that launch stream will be happening soon. My boy Kenny Bomb, make sure to stay tuned for that. Let's go on ahead and dive deeper into this video. So the MyRise story starts with Triple H in the ring. You get to choose male or female, whatever you want to do, and then you get to choose, do you want to compete in the men's or women's division right there on the scene. It's like a branching scene, and then after that you going ahead and get to choose the background that you want. Do you want to be an MMA fighter? Do you want to be someone that's just up and coming? It's all up to you. Now, there was only about 3 to 4 options on there, but again, it is cool to see little branching things right then and there. Now, we get to just the creation suite, and I definitely want to talk about that because I know that you guys love the creation suite. There is some new stuff with casual attire, so the wrestlers look much more, I want to say, much more realistic, especially them being created superstars. I was really impressed with the quality of the created wrestlers, just my 2 cents. And then we also got some new wigs as well. And I know that you guys go crazy for the wigs, but yes, the creation suite seems like it did catch some updates in some well-needed places. I know you guys wanted more new hairstyles and things like that. And here you guys see there's a lot of stuff in here, you know, that it looks like it was fresh and added. So again, I know that people are very excited about this because again, the creation suite is something that in our interview with Brian Williams, we were not able to get much answers on what was added or whatnot. And today we kind of got a little bit of, you know, what was added and whatnot. We only got to see a lot of wigs. We did get to see some creation parts, but again, I know that the hairstyles and things like that really excites people, and you know, that's that. So I definitely wanted to go on ahead and touch on that. The creation suite looks in a much better place, you know, for those people that enjoy the creation suite or whatnot. So again, something to keep in mind. I really liked what I've seen so far with that part of it, but I'm definitely going to get into some things that I didn't like, and that was the fact that the system looks very similar. You know what I mean? Where there's one person standing there and you got to press A, hear them talk. I wish that you kind of had that free roam to talk to people backstage. That to me would be the funner part of this. You know, unfortunately, we don't have the freedom to do that yet. But, you know, you still have those characters and things like that back there. Troy Simpkins, or Simpkins, whatever his name is, made a return to the game this year in MyRise, and seeing, you know, characters that were in last year make it back this year. But I'm not too happy entirely with the system that we have backstage. I want that free roam aspect back where I can just walk up to somebody, just like it seems like you can do in the island, walk up to Paul Heyman. I would love to be able to do that backstage, you know, in MyRise. So just my 2 cents with that. You know what I mean? That was something that I didn't like from what I seen, and that was honestly really the only thing I didn't like. Now let's go on ahead and get over to some voiceovers. It looks like there was much more voiceover work this year. We got Seth Rollins, we got Becky Lynch, and Seth Rollins wasn't actually shown, but they did say that they were working on Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch voiceovers back to back in this IGN video. And then we also have Triple H voiceovers, and then we have a rehauled Kathy Kelly, who looks really, really good. It looks like they really put some work and time into her model this year. She got a voiceover scene as well, and I'm sure she has many more. And then we got Nick Aldis, who makes an appearance, and he looks absolutely amazing. Now, there's a lot of things in there that, you know, I am excited to see in this MyRise. We did see some unlockables, you know, throughout the reveal and things like that. We did see that. So I think that we are going to get some more supernatural stuff in this MyRise, which doesn't make me entirely too happy. Now, that's one of the negatives that I've seen thus far, but again, they didn't even get to that here. We did see 2 created superstars in here, one at the end, and then we also saw another one in the middle for the match. So again, there are many different things, and we also saw Nakamura. I know I'm all over the place, but man, like, there was a lot of things in this video. You guys should definitely go and watch it after I'm done breaking this down over here. But we did see Nakamura. A lot of people said, is that Kenny Omega? Now, the hairstyle looked very similar to what a Kenny Omega hairstyle would look like. But yeah, Nakamura looked good. I mean, the game overall, it has a similar vibe to 24, but I am excited to get my hands on it because they did build up on the gameplay and things like that. So I am, you know, happy to see what this game will look like in the end once we have our hands on it. But MyRise looked pretty good. I also saw CM Punk. CM Punk was in about 2-3 scenes in the MyRise. Again, guys, I feel like they're doing a pretty decent job at implementing more wrestlers in the MyRise, and that was just the first 19 minutes. who knows who else is in there? You know what I mean? I guess, you know, some of them will have bigger parts or whatnot, but one part that they did tease was a rivalry with a certain wrestler. There was a masked wrestler going in and beating up the created superstar, and I think that that person may be Becky Lynch. We saw them rip off the mask, but we didn't get to see the person behind the mask. It looks like they want to go on ahead and save that for us and not spoil it. And again, I'm sorry if you didn't watch, but you are watching this video. I don't want to, you know, spoil anything for anybody. But again, I do have to speak on what we've seen thus far. So far, I really am enjoying, you know, just the aspect of this game and just seeing what they have in store for us. The MyRise, again, is not perfect. It's not something that I entirely wanted, but I am excited to, you know, play it, get my hands on it. It's definitely a different story from last year's game. You get to build yourself to the top here, but you do start on the main brand. Personally, I enjoy more where you start on NXT and not the main roster. That's just my 2 cents, but you were promoted as a #1 overall pick, at least on this storyline. You got to see, you know, when they said, hey, this is who we're going to draft, and this is what it is. Now, that is definitely one thing to keep in mind with that. You are able to pick what you want to do, and the MMA background, they even show your record with KOs and knockouts, wins, all of that. I think that that's a nice touch as well because it kind of gives your character a little bit more depth, you know, in the game. And they even had a reference with CM Punk and the wrestler talking about his MMA career. So again, there is something, you know, to keep in mind here. And at the very end of the MyRise cutscene, they did say, hey, we need some help. Who do you want to bring in? The Indies, a rival promotion, or MMA? Now, a rival promotion, will it be a made-up promotion? Would it be that TNA possibly has a part in this MyRise story? Now, I don't know. Now, I am adding a little bit of speculation there, but they are talking about a rival promotion. I mean, how cool would it be if we're able to go on ahead and bring TNA in the MyRise story, right? There's already a lot of speculation and potential for TNA to be part of the DLC, which, again, I don't think they would add them to this MyRise, but it would be interesting. Now, a rival promotion can mean just a random wrestler, which it seems like they are adding more created wrestlers, and they did mention about wanting to bring in and build their own universe in their game aside from real life wrestling, because they don't just want to keep up with that. They want to make it interesting and come up with certain things that they like to talk about, you know what I mean, that they want to create just a unique story in general. So that's always something to look into with these games. But again, man, I am excited to see what this could possibly mean in WWE 2K25. But again, the MyRise story does look good. We just need to see a little bit more. It was only 19 minutes long. I can't really make a judgment on that. But again, my excitement still remains the same. I'm still excited to play. Just the system in its own of the backstage area and talking to other people back there and the way you interact, I'm not a big fan of that. But again, we'll see what WWE 2K25 has in store for us. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys did enjoy, I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.